Military personnel. What's something civilians think is impressive about your service that actually makes veterans roll their eyes? The I almost joined stories. Oh man, these kill me every time. I'm at a barbecue last summer wearing a veteran hat my dad got me. This guy Mike walks up, beer in hand, and immediately launches into his tale. Dude, I was totally going to be a Marine. Had everything lined up, but then I tore my ACL playing college football and couldn't ship out. I nod politely. That's too bad. Yeah, I would have been Special Forces for sure. My recruiter said I had the perfect mentality for it. Said I reminded him of himself when he was young. Now I'm trying not to laugh. Marines don't have Special Forces. That's Army. And recruiters tell everyone they're special. But Mike's just getting started. I still work out like I'm military though. Could probably pass your PT test right now. What do you guys do? Like 50 push-ups? Something like that, I say, watching him struggle to open his beer bottle. Then his buddy James joins in. Mike's always been hardcore. Remember in high school when you did that survival weekend? Basically like military training? Mike puffs up. Oh yeah. Spent 3 days in the woods with just a knife and some rope. Built shelters, started fires, caught fish with my bare hands. Instructor said I was a natural. I bite my tongue. 3 days at summer camp versus actual survival school is like comparing a kiddie pool to the Pacific Ocean. The conversation gets worse when Mike's girlfriend Sarah shows up. She's clearly heard this story before. Tell him about the time you almost fought that guy outside the bar. Mike's got that warrior mentality, you know? Always ready to protect people. Mike nods seriously. It's just instinct, I guess. When you're trained for combat, you see threats everywhere. I'm always scanning rooms, checking exits. My awareness is off the charts. I glance around. Mike's standing with his back to a crowd of people, hasn't noticed the drunk guy stumbling toward him with a full beer. I gently move Mike aside just as the drunk trips. Beer goes everywhere. Whoa, good catch, Mike says. See? That's what I'm talking about. Warriors watching out for each other. Then comes the kicker. Mike leans in conspiratorially. Between you and me, I probably would have gone officer route. My ASVAB scores were insane. Recruiter said I could have been a pilot or worked with computers, but I wanted infantry, you know? Get my hands dirty. At this point, I'm mentally calculating how many times I've heard this exact conversation. Different names, same story. The guy who almost joined but had some life-changing event. Always would have been elite. Always had off-the-charts scores. Always chose the hardest job. What really gets me is how they think this impresses actual veterans. Like we're going to be amazed by their hypothetical service record. The truth is, every veteran knows someone who actually did join despite injuries, family problems, or other obstacles. We served with people who overcame way worse than a torn ACL or college plans. But here's the thing that really makes veterans roll their eyes. Mike genuinely believes his own story. He's convinced that if circumstances had been different, he would have been some kind of military superhero. He's created this entire alternate reality where he's the hero of his own action movie. Later, I'm talking to my buddy Dave, who did 2 tours in Afghanistan. He overheard the whole conversation. Let me guess, he says. Almost joined, would have been Special Forces, and definitely would have gone officer. Bingo. Did he mention his ASVAB scores? Of course. Dave shakes his head. I swear, if all the guys who almost joined actually had, we could have taken over the world by now. The funniest part? Mike spent the rest of the party telling people about his conversation with his buddy the veteran. By the time the story got to the last person, I was apparently a Navy SEAL who personally thanked him for his sacrifice. Sometimes I wonder if these guys realize that actual veterans can spot the BS from a mile away. We know what real service looks like, sounds like, feels like. We've lived it, but I guess everyone needs their story. Mike's just happens to be fiction.